And so that is where the whole deportation issue in Southeast Asia, not just Laos, but Cambodia and Vietnam as well, has been particularly interesting. Now, what makes this case so disturbing is at the time of her removal, there was a motion pending in criminal court, in the state criminal court, to vacate her conviction on constitutional grounds. Well, I would imagine that ICE was aware of this. One would hope that her lawyers told them, would hope that her lawyers applied to stay the removal while this case pended, but ICE removed her anyway. And that to me is the most frightening part of this case. I have had cases in the past where my people were on the verge of deportation, the verge of being physically removed from the country. I drove down to Burlington. My office is in Lowell, Massachusetts. I went down to Burlington, Mass, which is where the ICE office, where the deportation officers were. And I would speak with the relevant DO. And I've never had a problem getting one to give me a very finite amount of time, but some amount of time to do whatever it is that I was trying to do to keep the person in the country. There is a formal process as well, which is kind of an application to the same people. So it's pretty much the same thing in reality, where you apply to ICE for a stay of removal. And this would be, in some cases, an acceptable reason that I believe that the criminal conviction giving rise to my deportation was constitutionally flawed in her case, and that I'm in the process of getting this case reopened, the conviction vacated, and thus the immigration court case reopened and the order of removal vacated as well. And historically, as I say, this really wasn't much of a problem, at least not in my experience. I'm sure you can find other lawyers who will disagree with me and have had contrary experiences, but still, as a general rule, a person in that situation historically would be given time. Clearly, this did not happen for her, and that puts me in fear that it would not happen in other cases. That being said, the takeaway to this story is kind of the same as the takeaway that I've given in my previous videos. And that is, if you have a final order of removal hanging over your head, now is the time to try to do something about it or to see if something can be done about it.